Jonah, collectively, what was most discouraging about Saturday?
Just letting down the team. As an offense, we didn't execute. We did not carry our weight. Defense played a good game for the most part. We made some plays on special teams, but we didn't live up to it on offense, which is the most disappointing part.
What gives you hope that this group can bounce back moving forward, especially when you have a lot of strong defensive fronts on the schedule?
Yeah, the hope is we have the pieces to do it. We've got the bodies, we've got the talent, we've got the scheme, but all that's great. It doesn't matter if you don't execute. So, that's just the facts at the end of the day, and there's not much else to talk about. We've just got to start doing it better.
Does anything change from a line perspective in terms of what you're working on or what you're doing? Is the focus still the same?
Yeah, focus in the practice is still the same. The focus every week is just executing that game plan to the best that we can and practice as hard as we can throughout the week to get better at those schemes we're implementing and those techniques that we've got to do. And from that standpoint, it stays the same. And you just, I guess, look at it and go, all right, whatever I can do, let's do it harder, let's do it better, let's do it, just do it better to whatever it takes. And, I've got to lead better, I've got to be a better teammate, better player as well, and just, attack each day.
What did you see from Notre Dame's front that was giving you guys trouble?
I thought they did a lot of the things that we'd scouted. I didn't think they came out with a bunch of crazy new things or anything like that. It was a lot of things we scouted. Like I said earlier, we just didn't execute, and they got the better of us that Saturday.
What stands out about Utah's defensive front, and what do you think would be the toughest test?
Sorry, can you say it one more time?
What stands out about Utah's defensive front?
Yeah, no doubt. They're an extremely well-coached team. Extremely disciplined. Good physical football team. Good defense. Obviously, we played them twice last year, and they got the better of us. Both of those times. Both at their place and in Vegas, so it's a big challenge, and we've got to come out, put our best foot forward on Saturday, and compete.
It's clear that you and Coach Hansen both weren't really satisfied with the way that last week went or the last couple of weeks. What's your satisfaction level been like with the way that you guys have been practicing, and do you feel like that's changed at all this week?
Changed at all this week, you mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, what's your satisfaction level been with the practice preparation for these games that you haven't been satisfied with?
Yeah, to be honest, I thought we had a really good week of practice last week, which again is just more frustrating when you look at Saturday and the results, because I thought we had good week of practice as a unit and as an offense, but when the results aren't there, it doesn't really matter how it went. You've got to change it. You've got to attack it harder, do it better, dig deeper, all things like that. So again, it's asking yourself, what is the standard? What is good enough? If you thought you had a good week of practice last week, we'll dig deeper and find a better week this week.
After this team's first loss last year, it seemed like kind of used it as an emotional springboard going forward. You won 5 straight after that. Any similarities does it feel like this week, or what can you take from how last year went to kind of move forward?
Obviously that's the goal, right? The goal is to have the best response that we can have and control what we control and play better from here on out. And I think we did a good job of that last year. And that's obviously, like you said, the challenge this year is, we're tested. We took a loss. We've got to respond now as a team. All 3 sides, but especially on offense, we've got to respond.
Have you seen more fire out of these guys in practice, anything like that?
I think a little bit, maybe a little bit. But like I said, I thought we had a good week of practice last week. But certainly there is now, maybe a little more edge. Little more fire, a little more edge in practice, a little more competition. Like I said, digging a little deeper, trying to find it, things like that. Sure.
What's the conversation with Caleb after a game like that? There's no pressure all night. How does he handle that, you guys?
Yeah, first off, it's us taking accountability. Like, we're putting him in bad scenarios, too often, and that, we've got to execute better and be better for him there, because we know that if we can give him time and we do our jobs, he's the best player in the country, and he'll be all right from there. So really, it's just starting with taking accountability as an offense.
Let's do one more.
Obviously, you guys can work on technique and fundamentals and stuff like that. How do you work on chemistry throughout the season when it's not game day?
Yeah, it's just doing everything. Every rep we get out here, every shot we get, to do it full speed, just like the game. Full physicality, full intensity, full technique. Don't do a technique that you wouldn't do on Saturday, because then that rep isn't helpful. It's not useful. So it's just trying to replicate that. You can't exactly replicate game days, but you try as hard as you can out here on practice, and over time, chemistry will build from reps and from experience.
Thanks, Jonah.
Thanks, Jonah.
Thanks, guys.